Welcome to Spotlight again. I'm Pastor Dan. We're wrestling with the question of God's faithfulness. You may have your stories. These are just stories that I have either heard or had an experience. We could tell 100 more. One of the great gifts in my life has been able to go do a week of prayer in what is called Salusi University in Zimbabwe. It's just a great place. In our church tradition, it is one of the 4 original schools: Battle Creek, Loma Linda, Avondale in Australia, and Salusi. They wrote a letter and asked Ellen White whether they should buy this land, and she hadn't seen it, but she thought God was leading her to encourage them to get it. The problem is it's pretty much desert. It isn't that far from the Kalahari Desert. And so it's been a challenge to get that school carved out of the desert and try to make a life there. But it's been there 100-some years, and there's thousands of students that have gone through it. So I got to be there. When I was there, there was a huge challenge. The economy was a disaster. The people were starving. Cafeteria was closed. The farm was non-functional, 1,000-acre farm, nothing happening. So I have poured my life into that farm. I can tell you long stories about that. But the cafeteria is open and the school is open and things are better. Anyway, I heard this story while I was there. Years ago, because of the water problems, they had 2 different dams. One was pretty much on campus. The other one was 11 miles away. I've seen it. And one of the missionaries was very clever in engineering, and he figured out a way to have a ditch. And that ditch went between all the different properties, other people's property, not ours. And right between them would go our ditch. And all by gravity flow, that water could come 11 kilometers from that dam to our school. Kept our school going in a desert for all those years. It was a hard place. The missionaries are buried in a cemetery there. Never got to go back to America. Never saw their family again. But they laid the pioneer foundation down. Anyway, I love that place. Been back a couple times. So here's a story. Everybody who has gone to Salusi knows this story. There was a time when they had gone months without any rain. And the 2 dams got more shallow and the water was gone. Finally, you could walk right across. They were completely dry. There's nothing more coming. And they were down to days of water, praying every day, God, we have to have water. Finally, the last day came. There's no more water. Got everyone together. There's 500-600 students at that time. And they brought them into that church. I have preached in that church. There's a big auditorium now also. Baptized people in that church. Church was full. President got up and just said, we're down to the last day. We have to have rain today, or you all have to go home. You can't have a school without water. Everyone knelt down and prayed. You can imagine when you have to have water in a desert. Sky is clear blue. There's not a cloud in the sky. And they prayed, and they had a prayer session like nothing else. And they said the moment everyone knelt, finished up the prayer and stood up, they heard the thunder. And they came outside, and the sky is black, and it begins to rain, and it just poured. And those dams filled up. And to my understanding, the school has never had to close. They've had challenges. It's never had to close. There's a couple thousand students there now. During the breaks, they have another 2,000 students come in. And God is faithful. He's kept that school going in a desert for 120 years. I can't promise that there'll never be some difficult time. I can't promise that we'll always get rain exactly when we need it or pray for it. All I know is that over time, God has found a way to fit into our world. He likes to do it in ways that don't stick out where you can't deny it if you want to. But can I just say with all my heart, God is faithful. And every alumnus of Salusi would say, God is faithful. We were there. We saw it. And we saw the water flowing over the top of the dam. This is Spotlight. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.